What's up guys, Tyler here with another YouTube video, and I just wanted to put together this video and give you 3 reasons why everyone, including you, need to be investing in property, and also why property is such a great, and even I would argue the best way to make money short term, long term, and just create financial wealth for you. So reason 1 is that out of all of the billionaires in the world, if we look at Forbes, they tell us that real estate or property is the 3rd biggest industry responsible for creating billionaires. And that comes after finance, and that comes after retail. I think finance was responsible for 14% of the world billionaires, retail was 11%, and property was 10%. So you're probably thinking, well, surely finance, surely retail is a better way to make money then. But think about it, to be into finance and make money in finance, there's huge barriers to entry. Not only do you have to be super clever, you have to have loads of degrees, you have to go do a master's in finance, you have to work your way up a corporate world in a bank or something like that to make money. And then also secondly, the same with retail, there's huge barriers to entry. But with real estate, with property, anyone can do it. Anyone can get started. You don't need a degree, you don't need a license, all you need is a knowledge. And actually, compared to those other industries, to learn real estate is so much easier. One of my favorite sayings is that success leaves clues, and that was a phrase that was coined by Jim Rohn. And basically, you've got to look at what successful people are doing and follow them and model them. And Jim Rohn also said, find out what books poor people are reading and don't read them. So literally, you just have to look at the fact that real estate is responsible for creating 1/3 of the world's billionaires, and think, okay, well that's a good indicator that it's a good way to make money. And also, although it's only 10% of the world's billionaires have made their money through property, the other 90%, I can assure you, have made their money elsewhere, but they are still investing in property. Reason number 2 is that property doubles in value in the UK every 7 to 10 years. And in fact, if we go back as far as 1066, almost 1,000 years ago, that's when land prices in the UK were first recorded. And since then, prices have doubled every 10 years at worst. So we know over time there's recessions, there's dips, there's peaks, but over time, for almost 1,000 years, this has proven that real estate is just going one way, the price is only going one way. And you've only got to look at the net migration of this country. People are flooding to the UK every single year because we've got, so many amazing benefits of living here, and we just can't build new houses quick enough. So the supply is remaining the same, and there's more demand coming in than ever before, which is pushing prices up. And that's crazy because if you buy a house now, and say you buy a house for £100,000, over 10 years, judging from the patterns in the past, that's going to double in value. And the £100,000 house now is going to be worth £200,000 in 10 years' time. So literally, you've made £100,000 just from buying one property. And even better is that to buy that £100,000 house, you don't need £100,000. The banks will give you, for every £1 you invest in property, they'll give you £3. So they'll give you 75% of that purchase price. So for that £100,000 house, you've only got to put in £25,000, but still over the 10 years that it goes up by 100,000, you get to keep all of that uplift. So you can imagine, as you're buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties, and it doubles in value every 10 years, over the long term, when you're 30, 40, 50, however many years away that is for you now, there's going to be a serious amount of equity that you've got in your properties. And reason number 3 is that the property, it pays you twice. So what do I mean by that? Well, not only do prices go up when you buy property, which we know they double in price every 10 years, but throughout that period, you're getting tenants that are paying you every single month. And the rental payments that those tenants pay you, that covers the cost of the mortgage interest, that covers the cost of management, covers the cost of repairs. You're still getting profit every month. If you reinvest that into property as well, you can begin to imagine over time that you can make serious levels of money doing this. And to give you some examples or some figures to really put into your mind how much money you can make, if you buy a house, say for £120,000, it's got a good rental income, you could probably make 20% return on your money just from the rental income. And if you've bought it with a 75% mortgage, as it goes up in value, say in 1 year by 5%, your deposit, your equity in that property is actually going up by more than 5% because the banks have given you 75%. So the return on your money when the property pays you twice is insane, and you can't get this anywhere else. And obviously as the property goes up in value, you can refinance, you can pull out 75%, and when you do refinance the properties, it's essentially debt, which is good debt, but it's tax-free. And so there's you can just pull money out a lot easier that way, rather than if you were to obviously pull money out of the stock market, you've got to pay capital gains tax. So I hope that gives you guys some good guidance. That's my 3 favorite reasons why property is so good, why it's so great, why I love it so much, and why if you want to make money, if you want to be financially free, and by the time you retire at 40, 50, 60, however old you want to retire, that you're not just living off some tiny state pension that you can't even afford to wipe your own ass or something. So literally, that's 3 reasons. I could probably give you 20 more, but we'll save that for another video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button, do whatever you need to do to support me. And if you do want to learn more about property, I've put together a 90-minute free training webinar. The link is in the description. If you want to go there, you'll be able to learn more about property, why it's so great, and how you can get started, even if you have no money, even if you have no experience. So go click the link in the description, go check that out. It's packed with value. I probably feel like I'm giving away a little bit too much in that, but hopefully, you're gonna get some value out of that as well. So I'll see you guys on the next video.